Welcome to the memorial service of the 88th General Assembly. The memorial service is a time-honored tradition in which we recognize former members for their commitment to public service. Tonight, we are gathered to commemorate the service of 22 former members of the Iowa Senate and House. The families of those memorialized are invited to stand as the service record is read and the candle is being lit. The chair will begin the program with a prayer. Eternal God, our Father, your law has prevailed across the years, and you are the source of justice and truth. We acknowledge you as our Lord and commend our nation to your guidance and protection. We are gathered here tonight to honor the memory and contributions of our fellow legislators from across the state and over the years. Let our nation, Father, stand for compassion and service, and above all else, for peace. Amen. Amen. Please sit. The Honorable James O. Anderson.
James Jim O. Anderson was born May 2nd, 1928 in Brayton, Iowa, the son of Raymond and Mary Anderson. He attended rural grade school and graduated from Exira High School in 1946. He married Maureen Ann Jensen on February 10th, 1952. They were married for 66 years, and their union created 3 children. Jim received a Bachelor of Science in Animal Husbandry from Iowa State University in 1950. He served honorably in the United States Air Force from May 19, 1951 to February 18, 1952. After completing his education, they moved near Brayton, Iowa, where they farmed and raised livestock starting in 1953. After farming, he and his wife owned and operated Anderson Appraisal, where they appraised homes and farms. During his active involvement in his community, he served as a board member of the Exira Christian Church and held leadership roles in the Exira Community School, Audubon County FHA Board, and was a 4-H club leader. He served as an Audubon County Extension Director and American Legion member. Jim was an active member in the Audubon County Farm Bureau and a member of the Iowa Cattlemen Association. Jim was a Republican from Audubon County. He was elected to the Iowa House in the fall of 1978, serving for 3 terms. During this time, he served on the following committees: Agriculture, Energy, Natural Resources, Judiciary, and Law Enforcement, State Government, Ways and Means, and the Chair of Regulatory and Finance Appropriations. Representative Anderson passed away on December 4th, 2018, at the age of 90.
The Honorable Don Abenson.
Donald Don Dean Abenson was born September 16, 1944, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, son of Donald C. and Wilma G. Abenson. He graduated from Old Wine Community High School in 1962. He married Diane Mary Duda on August 1st, 1964, in Old Wine, and their union created 3 children. Don received his bachelor's degree in political science and history from the University of Wisconsin River Falls in 1970. In 1972, he completed his graduate work from the University of Northern Iowa. He received an honorary doctorate degree from Upper Iowa University in Fayette. During his political career, he served as the office manager of the family business Old Wine Tool and Die, becoming president in 1984. After his public service work, Don worked as a governmental consultant with Abenson, Oakley, and Co. As an avid outdoorsman, he was a member of Ducks Unlimited, Pheasants Forever, Old Wine Gun Club, and the Falling Rock Walleye Club. He enjoyed hunting, fishing, gardening, reading, wildlife, nature photography, and spending time with his family and friends. He was also a member of the Zion Lutheran Church, the Iowa Democratic Party, Pioneer Lawmakers, Williams Center Board of Directors, and Old Line Economic Development Board. Don was a Democrat from Fayette County. He was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in the fall of 1972, serving 9 terms. During his time, he served on the following committees: Appropriations, Budget, Energy, Natural Resources, Rules, and State Government. He also served as Assistant Majority Leader from 1975 to 1978, House Minority Leader from 1979 to 1982, and Speaker of the Iowa House from 1983 to 1990. Representative Abramson passed away on May 19, 2017, at the age of 72.
The Honorable Leonard Boswell.
Senator Leonard Boswell was born on January 10, 1934, in Harrison County, Missouri, to Melvin Doc and Margaret Vivian Boswell. Boswell was raised in rural Decatur and Ringgold counties in Iowa. He attended Lamoni High School and Graceland University. On September 2, 1955, he married Darlene Doty Vateva of Independence, Missouri. To this union, 3 children were born: Diana, Cindy, and Joe. Leonard also had a daughter, Terry, from a previous marriage. Boswell was drafted into the United States Army in 1956. He was a Mustang, an enlisted man who later earned a commission as an officer, a fact that gave him great pride. Trained as a helicopter pilot, Boswell twice volunteered to serve in the Vietnam War, where he led hundreds of combat missions. In Vietnam, Boswell earned 2 Distinguished Flying Crosses and 2 Bronze Stars for valor. He also earned the Soldier's Medal, the highest honor a soldier can earn for saving someone's life in a non-combat situation. He was most proud of this distinction. In 1976, Boswell retired as a lieutenant colonel from the Army. He returned to farm in southern Iowa, where he also devoted his time as a leader in the community. He was first elected to the Iowa Senate in 1984. He spent 12 years in the Senate, the last 4 as Senate President. Boswell, along with Governor Terry Branstad and John Ruan Sr., played a role in getting the World Food Prize to move its headquarters to Des Moines. In 1996, Senator Boswell left the Iowa Senate after being elected to serve in the United States House of Representatives. He served 16 years in the United States Congress. Boswell devoted much of his life to public service. After leaving Congress, Leonard served on the Iowa Transportation Commission, the Board of Trustees at Graceland University, the Concord Coalition, and the Dwight D. Eisenhower Memorial Commission, just to name a few. Of all the numerous awards and honors he received, he was particularly humbled by being inducted to the Hall of Fame at the U.S. Army Command and General Staff College at Fort Leavenworth, where he was both a student and an instructor. Senator Boswell was a Decatur County Democrat. He served in the Iowa Senate from 1985 to 1996. Senator Leonard Boswell passed away on August 17, 2018, at the age of 84.
The Honorable Florence Burr.
Senator Florence Burr was born April 7, 1933, in Strahan, Iowa, to Ernest and May Brott Wiederquist. She graduated from Malvern High School in 1950 and received a BA in elementary education from Iowa State Teachers College, now the University of Northern Iowa, in 1954. Florence met her husband Glenn in college marching band, and they married in 1955. To this union, 3 children were born: Barbara, Lori, and David. She was a teacher who taught in the Council Bluffs and Des Moines public school districts. She lived in Frankfurt, Germany, and worked for the Department of Defense from 1979 to 1982, while Glenn served as the director of the European Trade Office for the state of Iowa. She ran for and was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in 1982 and completed 4 terms, including service as the Assistant House Majority Leader. Burr was elected to the Iowa Senate in 1990, serving 1 term. Senator Burr also earned her colleagues' support, serving as an Assistant Senate Majority Leader. Senator Burr played an instrumental role in creating and enacting many health and human rights policies and programs for the state of Iowa during her legislative tenure. In 1994, she was elected to the Polk County Board of Supervisors and served 1 term as a supervisor, including serving as chair in 1997. Florence served on numerous boards and commissions. Florence was a past or present member of the following boards of directors: Calvin Community, Terrace Hill Society Foundation, Polk County Civil Service Commission, Civic Center of Greater Des Moines, and Racing Association of Central Iowa. She was an active member and past president of Golden K Kiwanis. She was a member of Cottage Grove Presbyterian Church for over 50 years, serving in many church leadership positions. Senator Burr lived her life with energy, purpose, integrity, and conviction. She enjoyed sports, including being a supporter of Drake men's and women's basketball. Senator Burr was a Polk County Democrat. She served in the Iowa House and Iowa Senate from 1983 to 1995. Senator Florence Burr passed away on May 12, 2018, at the age of 85.
The Honorable Dale M. Cochran.
Dale M. Cochran was born November 20th, 1928 in Fort Dodge, Iowa, to Melvin and Gladys Cochran. He graduated from Fort Dodge High School in 1946. In 1953, he married Janine Hirsch and Ankeny, and the union created 3 children. He graduated from Iowa State University with a degree in agriculture in 1950 and was a member of the Pi Kappa Phi fraternity. After graduation, he took a job in Newton, serving as director of the Jasper County office. Shortly after marriage, he and Janine moved to the family farm near Vincent, where he worked in partnership with his father. He farmed over 40 years, even while holding several political positions. During his service, he served on many boards and commissions. He served on the Executive Committee of the National Conference of State Legislatures and the Council of State Government. He was honored as a Friend of Agriculture by the National Agri-Marketing Association, received an honorary lifetime membership in the Iowa Association of Soil and Water Conservation District Commissioners, and received the FFA Distinguished Service Award. Dale was a Democrat from Webster County. He was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in the fall of 1964, serving 11 terms. During his time, he served on the following committees: Appropriations, Agriculture as Chairman, Government Affairs, Board of Control, Government Reorganization, Higher Education, Human and Industrial Relations, Tax Revision, State Planning and Development, Rules, Transportation, and Ways and Means. He served as the House Minority Leader from 1971 to 1974, Assistant Minority Leader from 1981 to 1982, and as Speaker of the House from 1975 to 1979. In 1986, he was elected Iowa's Secretary of Agriculture and served 3 terms before retiring from that position in 1999. Representative Cochran passed away on August 27, 2018, at the age of 89.
The Honorable Joy Cole Corning.
Senator Joy Cole Corning was born September 7, 1932 in Bridgewater, Iowa, to Perry and Ethel Cole. She graduated from Bridgewater High School in 1949 and later from Iowa State Teachers College, now UNI, with a degree in kindergarten and primary education. She later became a teacher. She married Bert Corning in 1955, and to this union 3 daughters were born, Carol, Claudia, and Anne. Public service was important to Senator Corning. She served on the Cedar Falls School Board, including holding the title of board president for 9 years. In 1984, she was elected to the Iowa Senate, where she served until 1991. Senator Corning was the 44th Lieutenant Governor of Iowa. Some committees she served on while in the Senate included Appropriations and Human Resources. As Lieutenant Governor, Joy developed and led many important initiatives, including a celebration of diversity and increasing the number of quality foster care homes throughout the Family Foster Care Program. She served as the first person to chair Iowa's Stop Violence Against Women Council. She served on numerous other boards and councils. In 2004, Senator Corning was inducted into the Iowa Women's Hall of Fame. Senator Corning dedicated much of her life working on behalf of issues in which she was passionate, such as children and families, women's health and rights, equality and justice in education, and the arts. She served as director of Iowa Association of School Boards, Iowa Housing Finance Authority, Midway Bank and Trust, and the Iowa Peace Institute, to name a few. She served in the Iowa Senate from 1985 to 1991. Senator Corning was a Blackhawk County Republican. Senator Joy Cole Corning passed away May 20, 2017, at the age of 84.
Gregory Forstall was born February 15, 1950, to Gerald and Geraldine Forstall in Council Bluffs, Iowa. He attended Carson, Macedonia High School, graduating in 1968. He went on to the University of Iowa, receiving a Bachelor's of Music in 1972 and a Master's of Arts in 1973. He also earned a degree in Information Technology. He married Carol in 1978, and they were married for 38 years. He was a farmer for over 25 years. Speaker Upmeyer said, quote, "He was a dedicated public servant to the people he represented and an advocate of the arts and education, two issues that he was incredibly passionate for," end of quote. He was an adventurer, traveler, farmer, gourmet cook, woodworker, public servant, lifelong learner, and a man dedicated to others. Throughout his life, he was active in his community. He served as a member of the Farm Bureau, Iowa Corn Growers Association, Potawatomi County Republican Central Committee, Grist Mill Fine Arts Council, and American Legislative Exchange Council, ALEC. Before he was elected to the House of Representatives, he served on the Iowa Western Community College Board and the Iowa State Board of Education. Gregory was a Republican from Potawatomi County. He was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in the fall of 2006, serving for 6 terms. During his time, he served on the following committees: Economic Growth, Economic Development Appropriations, Chair of Education, Education Appropriations, Human Resources, Labor, Transportation, and Ways and Means. Former Governor Terry E. Branstad had the following words: "Greg bravely fought cancer for months while going above and beyond to fulfill his legislative duties and serve his constituents in western Iowa. He was an outstanding legislator and was greatly missed." Representative Forstall passed away on May 10, 2017, at the age of 67.
The Honorable Andy Fromelt.
Andy Fromelt was born October 18, 1921, in Dubuque, Iowa, to Andrew J. and Pauline Henny Fromelt. Andy was united in marriage to Bernice Cranich on April 24, 1948, in Dubuque. To this union, 2 children were born, Alan and Gail. Andy and Bernice owned and operated Andy Fromelt and Associates Insurance Agency. He was first elected to the Iowa House of Representatives, serving from 1953 to 1958. He was initially one of only 3 Democratic members. It's been said they famously caucused in a phone booth. There he quickly rose to serve as House Minority Leader before being elected to the Iowa Senate. Senator Fromelt served in the Iowa Senate until 1971. During his time in the Senate, he was elected by his peers to serve as Senate Majority Leader. Among his many impressive legislative accomplishments, he wrote legislation repealing capital punishment in Iowa. He was also instrumental in legalizing liquor by the drink. Senator Fromelt was a powerful voice for liberal values within the Democratic Party for many years and a strong leader in the fight for labor rights and civil rights. Senator Fromelt was a Dubuque County Democrat. Senator Andy Fromelt passed away on April 26, 2017, at the age of 96.
The Honorable Willie Clanton.
Willie Stevenson Blanton was born March 19, 1922, in Hot Springs, Arkansas. She was the daughter of Irvin S. Stevenson and Willie Ever Parker. She married Luther T. Glatton Jr., J.D., in 1951, and their union created 1 child. She created her bachelor's degree in business education from the now Tennessee State University in Nashville, and earned her law degree from Robert H. Terrell Law School in Washington, D.C. In 1953, the couple moved to Des Moines. Willie became the second African-American woman to be admitted to the Iowa Bar Association and the first African-American woman to become an assistant county attorney in Polk County. She was a true pioneer in both the legal and political landscapes in Iowa. She was inducted into the Iowa Women's Hall of Fame in 1986 and to the National Bar Association Hall of Fame in 1995. During her life, she had a huge impact on her community. She was a member of Westminster Presbyterian Church, founding member of the Des Moines chapter of the Lynx, started in 1957, the Des Moines chapter of Jack and Jill of America in 1962, and initiated into Delta Sigma Theta sorority in 1939. She focused on civil rights and women's rights as a lawyer and an equal opportunity advocate with the U.S. Small Business Administration until her retirement in 1987. Willie served on the board for Des Moines University from 1999 to 2012. To honor her service, leadership, and commitment to justice and education, Des Moines University established a scholarship fund in her and her husband's name. Willie was a Democrat from Polk County. She was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in the fall of 1964, serving for one term. She became the first African-American woman elected to the Iowa General Assembly. During her time, she served on the following committees: Appropriations, Education, and Human and Industrial Relations. Representative Gladden passed away on July 6, 2017, at the age of 95.
The Honorable John Morse Gregg.
John Morse Gregg was born July 3, 1934, the son of John and Florence Gregg. He attended and graduated from Estherville Schools in 1952. He married Connie Kent on August 3, 1958 in Estherville, and their union created 2 children. John received his Bachelor of Science in Business Finance from the University of Minnesota in 1956. He was a member of the ROTC and Alpha Beta Phi fraternity. He received his master's degree from Iowa State University, College of Agricultural and Animal Production in 1960. After graduating from the Iowa State University, he moved back to Emmett County and worked for Gregg and Company, the family business, which he later became president and passed on to his son. He was a member of the founding board of the Iowa Cattlemen's Association, serving as its president in 1975 and 1976. He chaired the Environmental Committee and on the Executive Committee of the National Cattlemen's Association. He was appointed to serve on the Iowa Board of Regents in 1985 to 1991. At the suggestion of the governor, he ran for the legislature. He thought Iowa had been good to me and my family, and I need to give something back. He and Connie were inducted into the Cattlemen's Hall of Fame in 1990 and the Animal Science Hall of Fame presented by the Department of Animal Science at the Iowa State University in 1992. He received several awards relating to distinguished service to agricultural and environmental stewardship. They were awarded the Iowa Farm Bureau Distinguished Service to Agricultural Award in 2017. John was a Republican from Emmett County. He was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in the fall of 1992, serving for 3 terms. During his time, he served on the following committees: Agriculture, Energy and Environmental Protection, Chair of Ethics, Natural Resources, and Ways and Means. Representative Gregg passed away on February 24th, 2018, at the age of 83.
The Honorable Kurt Hansen.
Curtis Kurt Hansen was born August 13, 1943, to Andrew and Lucille Hansen in Algona, Iowa. He was raised on a farm outside of Sway City. He married Diane Hammer on June 14, 1969 in Council Bluffs, and their union created 2 children. Kurt received his bachelor's from Northern Iowa University and his master's from the University of Iowa. He was a teacher of driver's education for 43 years at Fairfield High School and received the Fairfield Teacher of the Year Award. He was runner-up for the National Driver's Education Teacher of the Year Award and served as president and then business manager for the Iowa Division of American Driver and Traffic Safety Education Association. During his active involvement in his community, he served as president and a member of the Fairfield Kiwanis, treasurer for the Jefferson County Democrats, and a member of the First United Methodist Church. He was involved in the amateur radio community. He enjoyed restoring a 1960 Volkswagen pickup, which he proudly displayed in parades, and was an avid do-it-yourselfer, often helping family with their latest home projects. A fond memory of by many was that he had a different joke every day, consistently making his colleagues smile. Kurt was a Democrat from Jefferson County. He was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in the fall of 2008, serving for 4 terms. During this time, he served on the following committees: Agricultural, Education, Environmental Protection, Natural Resources, Public Safety, Transportation, and Education Budget Committee. Representative Hansen passed away on June 16, 2017, at the age of 73.
The Honorable Myron Dell Hansen.
Myron Dell Hansen was born March 17, 1935, to Myron and Roberta in Jackson Township of Benton County. His family and friends knew him as Dell. He graduated from Benton's Lincoln High School in 1953. He married Ramona Smith on November 29, 1953 in Benton, and their union created 4 children. For 37 years, he owned and operated Farmers Sales and Service in Benton County. Dale was a Benton County supervisor for 16 years. He was a lifelong member of the Bethlehem Evangelical Lutheran Church, where he served in many capacities. He was active in his community, serving in many roles: President of the 6th Judicial District, Secretary of Benton County Development, and President of Benton County Lutheran Brotherhood Brand. He was also a member of the State Supervisor Association, Benton County Farm Bureau, NFIB, and Benton County Cattlemen's Association. At the time of his death, he was a board member of the Cedar Valley Ranch and the Benton Lutheran Home for the Aged. He was a humanitarian, always making new friends, and he never met a stranger. Dell was a Republican from Benton County. He was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in the fall of 2002, serving for 1 term. During his term, he served on the following committees: Economic Growth, Environmental Protection, Local Government, and the Justice System's Budget. Representative Hansen passed away on November 6, 2017, at the age of 82.
The Honorable Danny J. Holmes.
Danny J. Holmes was born December 10, 1945 in Davenport to Donald and Margaret Holmes. He graduated from Westmere High School in Joy, Illinois in 1963. He married Celeste Bryant on August 21, 1966, and their union created 1 child. Danny was a decorated Vietnam veteran serving with the United States Army. He He received his Bachelor of Accounting and a Master of Business Administration from Western Illinois University. He retired from Lee Enterprises in 1989. During his active involvement in his community, he served as a member of Christ United Methodist Church at Walcott American Legion, Post 548, the Iowa Coal Growers Association, the Walcott Finance Committee, Walcott Calvary Church, Iowa Soybean Association, American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, United Way of the Quad Cities, Scott County Solid Waste Steering Committee, the Heritage Foundation, Blue Ribbon Foundation, Iowa Groundwater Association, Davenport Chamber of Commerce, and Walcott City Council. He served as a director with the Scott County Farm Bureau. Danny was a Republican from Scott County. He was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in the fall of 1996, serving for 2 terms. During his time, he served on the following committees: Commerce, Labor, Industrial Relations, Vice Chair of State Government, and Ways and Means. Representative Holmes passed away on March 7, 2017, at the age of 71.
The Honorable Cal Holtman.
Senator Calvin Holtman was born May 24, 1941 in Omaha, Nebraska. He grew up in Stanton and attended Iowa State University and Dana College. Upon graduating from high school, he met his wife, Mary. To this union, 3 sons were born: Calvin II, Dan, and Chris. Senator Holtman was first elected to the Iowa Senate in 1972. For much of his 18 years serving in the Iowa Senate, Cal's peers elected him their minority leader and majority leader as well. In 1972, Holtman was honored as the JC's Outstanding Young Man in Iowa. He was also named one of the top 10 Republican legislative leaders nationally. He was in the retail and lumber business as well as realty. After retiring from the Iowa Senate, he became a registered lobbyist. He founded Holtman Company, a political consulting firm. Holtman was a member of the Lutheran Church of Hope, being its first congregational president. He was also an active member of Alcoholics Anonymous. Senator Holtman was described as a quiet, gentle giant whose compassion for people made a difference. He served in the Iowa Senate from 1973 to 1991. Senator Holtman was a Montgomery County Republican. Senator Calvin O. Holtman passed away on October 19, 2017, at the age of 76.
The Honorable Carl Kilsham.
Carl Kilsham was born on October 13, 1924, in Wesley, to Viggo and Camilla of Denmark. His father took him and his brother back to Denmark in 1932, where he grew up. Carl experienced 5 years of Nazi occupation, served in the Danish army, and attended college. He married Fidelia Evelyn Scow of Wesley in 1950. After moving back to America, they adopted 3 children. After marrying Fidelia, they lived in the Wesley area, and Carl farmed with her family. In 1960, they purchased their own farm near Algona and lived there for 37 years. Carl was active in many community organizations. He was part of the Iowa State University Extension in Kossuth County and served on the State Extension Advisory Council for 3 years. He was a member of the Kossuth County Farm Bureau and held offices locally as well as on the State Advisory Board for the Iowa Farm Bureau. He was a member of the First Presbyterian Church of Algona. Kiwanis Club events were always a favorite activity, no matter the community. Shortly after his time in the House of Representatives, he started traveling throughout the United States, giving inspirational talks on the importance of faith in God and in country. He spoke in 33 states over the next 25 years. His years of living in a Nazi-occupied Denmark made him especially thankful to this country. Carl was a Republican from Kossuth County. He was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in the fall of 1966, serving for 1 term. During his time, he served on the following committees: Agriculture, Conservation, and County and Township Affairs. Representative Kiltrom passed away on December 23rd, 2018, at the age of 94.
Robert H. Rankin was born September 25th, 1921, son of Frank H. and Bertha Rankin. He graduated from Grundy Center High School in 1940 and married Patricia Kavanaugh on November 1st, 1946. Their union created one child. Enlisted in the Army Air Corps in 1942, he was honorably discharged in 1945 and he moved to Portland, Oregon. He and Patricia lived in Portland for 5 years, where he worked as a zone manager for International Harvester Company. In 1951, the couple moved back to Iowa and lived on the family farm near Aplington, where he farmed and raised purebred Hereford cattle for 60 years. Robert was elected and served as state commander for Iowa Department of AMVETS from 1958 to 1959, National Executive Committeeman for Iowa Department of AMVETS from 1961 to 1962, chairman of Grundy County Republican Central Committee for 4 years. Several counties he moved to Portland, Oregon. He and Patricia lived in Portland for 5 years, where he worked as a zone manager for International Harvester Company. In 1951, the couple moved back to Iowa and lived on the family farm near Aplington, where he farmed and raised purebred Hereford cattle for 60 years. Robert was elected and served as state commander for Iowa Department of AMVETS from 1958 to 1959, National Executive Committeeman for Iowa Department of AMVETS from 1961 to 1962, chairman of Grundy County Republican Central Committee for 4 years, several county commissions, and the Grundy County Board of Supervisors in the 1970s. He was a charter member of the Faith Lutheran Church in Parkersburg, Iowa, and the Iowa Farm Bureau, AMVETS, beef producers, pork producers, and the National Hereford Association. Robert was a Republican from Grundy County. He was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in a special election in 1979, serving for 9 terms. During his time, he served on the following committees: Administration and Rules, Commerce, County Government, Energy, Labor and Industrial Relations, Local Government, State Government, Transportation, Ways and Means, and he also served as Assistant Majority Leader from 1995 to 1997. Representative Rankin passed away on December 29, 2018, at the age of 97.
The Honorable Dale Rickard.
Dale Herman Rickard was born April 10, 1928, in Laverne, Minnesota, to Herman and Ella Rickard. He graduated from Rhinebeck High School in 1945. Dale and Esther Jameson married on December 27, 1950, and their union created 3 children. Dale received his Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Husbandry from Iowa State in 1950. He was a member of Pi Kappa Phi fraternity, like the family men before him. Enrolling in ROTC as a freshman, he served in the Air Force during peacetime. Although primarily a farmer by vocation, public service, agriculture, education, and his Christian faith would continue to define his life. In addition to farming, he taught agriculture at the high school and community college level. Working at Muscatine and Kirkwood Community Colleges from 1971 through 1977, before leaving to become County Executive Director of the USDA Washington School in 1945. Dale and Esther Jameson married on December 27, 1950, and their union created 3 children. Dale received his Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Husbandry from Iowa State in 1950. He was a member of Pi Kappa Phi fraternity, like the family men before him. Enrolling in ROTC as a freshman, he served in the Air Force during peacetime. Although primarily a farmer by vocation, public service, agriculture, education, and his Christian faith would continue to define his life. In addition to farming, he taught agriculture at the high school and community college level. Working at Muscatine and Kirkwood Community Colleges from 1971 through 1977, before leaving to become County Executive Director of the USDA Washington County Farm Service Agency, where he remained until 1996. He was a member of First Presbyterian Church of Wapello, serving many roles in the church. He worked alongside Senator Jack Kibbe to introduce legislation allowing the development of community colleges throughout Iowa. Continuing his interest in education, he served on the State Advisory Board on Adult Education and State President of the Iowa Association of Community College Trustees from 1988 to 1998. Dale was a Democrat from Louisa County. He was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in the fall of 1964, serving for one term. During his time, he served on the following committees: Education, Government Affairs, and Conservation and Recreation. Dale was named the most outstanding freshman legislator by the Iowa Press Corps in 1965. Representative Rickard passed away on March 23, 2017, at the age of 88.
The Honorable Jack Schroeder.
Jack Schroeder was born August 21st, 1925 in Davenport, Iowa, to Walter and Flora Schroeder. He was educated in the public schools of Davenport and attended St. Ambrose College in Davenport. In 1942, he enlisted in the Navy Air Corps, serving in the Pacific Theater in 1946. He returned to Iowa after his service in the Navy. On April 30th, 1947, he married Virginia Passateri. To this union, 2 children were born, Sandra and Walter. He graduated in 1952 from Drake Law School and became a partner in the firm of Filseth and Schroeder. Schroeder was first elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in 1951, where he served 2 terms. Senator Schroeder was elected to the Iowa Senate in 1954, where he served until his retirement in 1967. During his time in the Iowa Senate, Senator Schroeder was elected Senate Majority Leader by his peers. He served as president of the Iowa Heart Association and was on numerous boards, including Lutheran Hospital and Hawkeye Bancorp. He was a member of the Masonic Lodge, Sarasota Yacht Club, Longboat Key Club, and St. Armand's Lutheran Church. Jack retired from law practice and became the founder, chairman, and CEO of General United Life Insurance Company and chairman part owner of Bettendorf Bank and Trust. His insurance career spanned more than 40 years. He was an insurance executive for many companies, including New York Life, All American Life in Chicago, and president and CEO of American Life and Casualty. He retired in 2010 with American Equity. Senator Schroeder served in the Iowa House from 1951 to 1954 and in the Iowa Senate from 1955 to 1967. Senator Schroeder was a Scott County Republican. Senator Jack Schroeder passed away on December 19, 2017, at the age of 92.
The Honorable Tom Slater.
Thomas Leon Slater was born November 5, 1945 in Templeton, Iowa, to Donald and Geraldine Slater. He grew up on the family farm with his 4 brothers and sisters. Slater graduated from Washburn University in 1967 and served as Director of Parks, Recreation, and Public Property for Council Bluffs in the 70s. Tom was elected twice to represent Council Bluffs and Pottawatomie County as state senator, where he chaired the state government committee and was responsible for much progressive legislation. He was always striving to create or improve programs. After leaving the Iowa Senate, Senator Slater founded the State Public Policy Group, SPPG, which helped nonprofit and other groups be responsive organizations and positive voices in public policy. Senator Slater's professional legacy is in his staff, colleagues, and friends he has mentored, encouraged, and enabled to pursue successful careers promoting the public good. He has touched the lives of many friends and colleagues with his humor, compassion, and wisdom. Slater served in the Iowa Senate from 1977 to 1985. Senator Slater was a Pottawatomie Democrat. Senator Slater passed away March 17, 2018, at at the age of 72.
Honorable John P. Sunderbrook.
John P. Sunderbrook was born November 9, 1949 in Davenport. He is the son of Dr. John and Carmeletta Sunderbrook. He graduated from Assumption High School in 1967. He married Linda Collier on December 20th, 1967, and their union created 3 children. He enlisted in the United States Marine Corps in 1967 and served honorably during the Vietnam conflict from 1967 to 1971. Upon his discharge, he continued to support veterans' rights and the country he loved, serving on the Scott County Veterans Board as commissioner for 10 years. For over 30 years, John served his community and family, working as a firefighter EMT for the Davenport Fire Department. During this time on the fire department, he served on the critical stress debriefing team, serving during the Oklahoma City bombing. He also served 8 years on the medic ambulance service. He was certified as a master diver for the Davenport Dive Rescue Team. John was an avid hunter and outdoorsman. He enjoyed his frequent elk hunting trips to Colorado. He was dedicated to his family, making long trips just to catch a game or a school performance for his children or grandchildren. He was always good for a great story and a hilarious laugh. John was a Republican from Scott County. He was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in the fall of 1998, serving for 1 term. During his time, he served on the following committees: Education, Judiciary, and Natural Resources. Representative Sunderbrook passed away on August 4th, 2017 at the age of 67.
Honorable John Tapscott.
John E. Tapscott was born January 23, 1930 in Des Moines, the son of Ralph and Helen Tapscott. He attended grade school in Des Moines, Christian Brothers School in San Francisco, California, and Dowling High School in Des Moines. Tapscott also attended American Institute of Business. John married Baleen Quayle of Des Moines on February 19, 1950. He and his wife, Erlene, had 8 children: Kate, Mark, Matthew, Luke, Melissa, Patrick, John, and Mary Margaret. Tapscott and his wife, Erlene, divorced in 1971, and he later met and married Gayla. John was a salesman, a real estate and insurance agent, auctioneer, and wholesale and retail business owner. In 1966, Tapscott was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives, where he served 2 terms. He served in the Iowa Senate until 1973, when he made a bid for Iowa governor. Tapscott served as director of the Des Moines Area National Council on Alcoholism and Other Drug Dependencies, known today as Employee and Family Resources. In 1975, he started the Employee and Student Assistance Program Evaluation Center for Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Services. He served as director until 1995. For 20 years, he counseled drug addicts and alcoholics, encouraging research into drug legalization while directing the Des Moines chapter of the National Council of Alcoholism. He was a former member of Concerned Christians, Big Brothers, National Rehabilitation Association, and Christ the King Catholic Church. John Tapscott was known for living life with integrity and meaning. Senator Tapscott was a Polk County Democrat. Senator John Tapscott passed away on August 16, 2017, at the age of 87.
Honorable Andrew Varley.
Andrew P. Varley was born December 2nd, 1934 in Stewart, son of Preston and Esther Varley. He attended country school and graduated from Menlo High School in 1952. He married Marilyn Sophie on August 23, 1959 in Farnhamville, Iowa, and their union created 4 children. Andrew received his Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Economics from Iowa State University in 1957. He was a member of Pi Kappa Phi fraternity. He received his master's degree in economics from North Carolina State Raleigh in 1961. In 1962, he and Marilyn returned to Pineview Angus Farm in Adair County and raised their family. He was a farmer raising crossbred Angus cattle and a planter of trees. He served on the Iowa Arboretum Board and was a member of the American Conifer Society. After his time as a legislator, he was appointed to chair of the Commerce Commission, now the Iowa Utilities Board, where he served for 8 years. He was a senior vice president of energy pricing and regulatory service for the American Electric Power Group in Columbus, Ohio, from 1988 to 2000. Andrew was a Republican from Adair County. He was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives in the fall of 1966, serving for 6 terms. During his time, he served on the following committees: Agriculture, Appropriations, Constitutional Amendments and Reapportionment, County and Township Affairs, Energy, Higher Education, Natural Resources, Rules, State Planning and Development, and on Ways and Means. He served as Majority Leader from 1971 to 1973, Speaker of the Iowa House from 1973 to 1975, and Assistant Minority Leader from 1975 to 1979. He received the Outstanding Young Alumnus Award from Iowa State University in 1968. Representative Varley passed away on November 19, 2018, at the age of 83.
Please respond by reading the verses in italics that are printed on the back of your program. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and the chilling of the winter, we remember them. In the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of the summer, we remember them. In the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and the ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick of heart, we remember them. When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them. So long as we live, days we shall live, and they are now a part of us as we remember them. This concludes our memorial service. As the readings indicate, the Iowa legislature has had a number of extraordinary individuals serving the people of Iowa. Thank you all for attending tonight. I would also like to thank the committee for their efforts and to those participating tonight, the readers, the candle lighters, the hosts and hostesses. And a special thanks to the choir members, Director Representative Rob Bacon and accompanist Representative Ashley Hinson for sharing their talents with us. The official memorial resolution for your legislator is located at the Sergeant-at-Arms desk back there. We also encourage family members to take home with them the candle that was used during the service. Extra programs are also available. You're all invited to join us in the rotunda outside the doors of the Senate for coffee and refreshments after one last song from our memorial choir.